Your four favorites are Paris, Texas, Lost Highway, Blade Runner, and Body Double. Lost Highway and Body Double often get compared to Vertigo, which you've already seen. But Vertigo was also a major inspiration for the 1976 film Obsession, which, like Body Double, was directed by Brian De Palma. And like Lost Highway, it involves lookalikes or doppelgangers where the lead actress plays a dual role. And you already saw Rear Window, which was another inspiration for Body Double. But one other Hitchcock film that was an inspiration for Body Double that you didn't have marked as watched is Dial M for Murder. True Romance is a road movie like Paris, Texas, stars Patricia Arquette like Lost Highway, and has the moral ambiguity of Blade Runner and the sex and violence of Body Double. Looper is a science fiction action thriller like Blade Runner. Like Paris, Texas, it's about a man who's haunted by his past and is concerned about a child's future. It's about time loops and has some characters that are different versions of the same person, which kind of reminds me of Lost Highway. And like Body Double, the protagonist is trying to figure out a mysterious character's identity. The combination of Lost Highway and Body Double makes me think you'd like Thesis, because videotapes, violence, voyeurism, and vibes. A few movies that are sci-fi like Blade Runner but play with the concepts of reality or identity like Lost Highway that I think you should check out are Coherence, The Face of Another, Upgrade, Ghost in the Shell, and Seconds. Knife and Heart like Body Double is a thriller about people who work in the adult film industry, and both films could also be considered slashers. And this movie involves lookalikes or doppelgangers like Lost Highway. The Blackout like Paris, Texas depicts a man trying to track down the woman he was in love with, and like Lost Highway, it's a 1997 film that explores themes related to identity, guilt, repressed memories, and misogyny, where the protagonist is questioning his reality and confuses the identities of two women, except in Lost Highway, the two women are played by the same actress, and in The Blackout, the two women have the same name but are played by different actresses. The fact that you've got a movie starring Harry Dean Stanton and a David Lynch movie in your favorites makes me want to recommend Lucky for no other reason than the fact that they're both in this movie, and Harry Dean Stanton walks around in the desert like he does in Paris, Texas. Badlands is a road movie that depicts an unhealthy relationship like Paris, Texas. Paper Moon is a road movie that has a similar parent-child dynamic, because in Paris, Texas, Travis reconnects with his son, and in Paper Moon, the protagonist meets a girl who may or may not be his daughter. Five Easy Pieces, like Paris, Texas, is a road movie where the protagonist is a bit of a drifter who's kind of alienated and isn't exactly the most likable person, and both movies depict these men returning home and reconnecting with family in some way. Images has a lot in common with Lost Highway, but a lot of the similarities are spoilers, so you'll just have to take my word for it. I'm sorry, I just realized I keep recommending these two Robert Altman films back to back, and I'm not doing that intentionally. I'm sorry I keep doing that. But Three Women is a dreamlike exploration of identity like Lost Highway. And since Body Double is about voyeurism and obsession, I think you might enjoy Under the Silver Lake and Peeping Tom.